My first question is that cast iron cookware hasn't changed all that much in the past century. Why do you think that is? Beside the basic design elements, nothing much has changed.
It's actually far more than a century. There's evidence that people were using cast iron recipes and tools since the Iron Age. First in China and then in Europe during the Middle Ages. Humans have used this type of cookware for millennia for its longevity, heat distribution and retention, and natural non-stick properties when seasoned. Nowadays, the cast iron is having a renaissance um, for the facts that I already mentioned, plus it's the healthiest the healthiest cookware in the materials market. Um, in 2015, we started to modernize our plant to make new product molds. The new machinery required new molds, so we saw this as an opportunity to redesign our whole line of products. First, we tested most famous American and European brands, and we thought we could improve them when it came to human ergonomics and functionality, which are critical due that to the cast iron weight. It's a heavy item, so we found that the competitors' handles were short and uncomfortable. Therefore, balancing them was very challenging. The oil pour spout didn't work properly. Plus, the surface we thought were a little rough, especially in the seasonal items, which when rougher, the seasoning process takes a little longer to start being non-stick. We addressed these flaws, redesigned them, and they were noticed, these tweaks, especially in the American market, which is the most competitive market in the world. And they took notice. And so then we knew there would be a great appeal, and a bunch of articles came out about our products. That's how we positioned basically in the American market.
Okay. So was Victoria Cookware your choice, or it happened because it had to as a family business?
I always liked cooking. I remember was when I was young with my friends. I was always the guy on the barbecue, and to this day, I am the one that grills whenever I'm with family and friends. I saw that the factory at the time were mainly corn grinders and OEM, and I thought it would be super cool to do a cast iron line oriented to barbecuing, and yeah, that's how I got involved into the business.
So if it weren't for cast iron, do you think you would be doing something else that you may be passionate about?
The thing is that I professionally studied product design engineering, and I started from a very young age to do freelancing designs for the factory. So everything kind of just aligned towards that direction, if you know that I mean. I was a product design engineer, and I also like cooking, and I don't know, I enjoyed so much. Now started as an engineer, now I'm in sales. I really enjoy what I do, so it's difficult to think of something else that I would want to be doing.
Sure. So can you talk us through on how your family has defined cast iron industry in Colombia and beyond the borders? And where do you see yourself in the global competition?
So we knew that there was huge competition, especially in North American market and Europe. So our focus in that market was through design innovation, smoother finishes. Despite my family's 80 years history producing cast iron in Colombia, paradoxically, there was less cast iron culture than in the US. So we had to start by making people conscious that cast iron is an investment in your health and more environmentally friendly, and a way to get the best results from your ingredients. This was initially hard because their first reaction was, why do I need to pay more for a heavier and more expensive item?
What sort of challenges you've had to deal with in staying innovative and maintaining the values of your family brand?
Staying innovative while maintaining the values of our family brand has certainly been a balancing act. One of our main challenges is integrating modern technology and processes without losing the traditional craftsmanship that defines our products. We prioritize quality and sustainability, which sometimes means resisting trends that don't align with these values.
That's right. So Victoria Cookware is looking to enter the Asian market after making inroads in America and Europe. What's the immediate and long-term plan for that?
Entering the Asian market is an exciting step for Victoria Cookware. Immediately, we plan to conduct market research, establish partnership with local distributors that share our passion and value, our heritage, our story, and launch targeted marketing campaigns. We, in fact, are going to do our first export to India. So you will have our product in the market in the next couple months. Long term, we aim to build a strong brand presence through participation in culinary events, localized product development, and maintaining our commitment to quality and sustainability. Our goal is to become a trusted name in Asian kitchens, just as we are in America and Europe.
That is good. How does your cookware cater to diverse cooking styles and cultural preferences across different countries? I wish to try my hands on Victoria Cookware really so much. So how are these things aligning with, let's say, Indian cooking? How do you cater to, because it's very diverse and it's lots of spices and oily food. So how does that work?
So we consider Victoria a multicultural brand, meaning that since the beginning we look at other cultures as potential markets and inspiration for products. One good example is the tortilla press. My father got the idea after many trips to Mexico. Today is our best-selling item. We have many other products that we have used in one culture to make one type of dish and a wholly different one in another. If there is interest in a specific cast iron cookware for the Indian market, we will find a way to create it. In fact, we have created the tawas, which is very used in Indian cuisine, and we got the inspiration from Trinidad and Tobago, which has a very large Indian ascendance.
Yeah. Okay. In cast iron cookware, cast iron cookware is known for its durability and longevity, but how you maintain is the first thing that comes to mind. So what is your maintenance mantra for cast iron cookware?
Okay, so the good thing about cast iron is that no matter how rust it gets, because of bad maintenance, it can always be restored by removing the rust with a metallic sponge, wash, dry, and then apply a thin layer of cooking oil and put it to the oven at 400 Celsius for an hour, and then voila, it's brand new. However, if you don't want to get to that point, you should always add a thin layer of oil after wash and dry, obviously after cooking, not only to prevent the rusting, but also to keep building its natural non-stick properties.
What has been the most popular Victoria cookware and why? Do you have a favorite story about a product?
Um, I think the tortilla press is one of our most beloved products. Its popularity stems from its sturdy construction, ease of use, and ability to produce perfectly even tortilla presses. Um, One of my favorite stories, it should be when a distributor in Sweden told us that the tortilla press were selling like crazy. We were amazed. It turns out that Mexican food has got so popular in Sweden that there is something called Taco Tuesday or Taco Thursday. Um, can't remember. The point is that this new tradition in Sweden, in millennials, and our Victoria tortilla press has become a centerpiece of this ritual.
Okay. Yes, Mexican food is quite popular everywhere actually,
Quite.
not just in Sweden.
I know, I know.
So, could you tell me about a little bit about your signature series that won Red Dot Design Award 2023? What is so special about this lineup?
So our team wanted to create a cast iron cookware that was both aesthetically beautiful and functionally superior to its competitors, um, while making it lighter and thus more accessible to than traditional cast iron. One of the biggest pain points for the consumer in cast iron is the weight. Um, Typically, the lighter cast iron, the lighter the cast iron is, the more brittle it becomes. Which is why we devised a metallurgical recipe we developed called Sperrus, that is virtually indestructible and oven safe at 800 Celsius, and it's far lighter, up to 40% less than its competitors in cast iron cookware. We reduce its weight both by removing the material from areas where it's not needed, such as the handle, and layers of its cooking surface by machining. With a regular cast iron made from gray iron, not from Sperrus, you couldn't remove these layers without the risk of breakage when used by the consumers, especially when the thermal expansion happens. Um, the handle too ordinarily will also break because of its thinness. So we managed to make a very light item without the risk of breakage. And by removing the material, for example, in the handles, we delay the thermal expansion. Therefore, we have a cooler handle.
That is cool. So, what's the next award-winning product for Victoria?
Our signature series won America's Test Kitchen Innovation Award in the United States. America's Test Kitchen is revered for the rigor of its testing. So we were honored to receive this recognition. We were also notified from another prestigious award, and we will announce it in the fall.
That is great. So, any advice for home cooks working with the cast iron, and a deal that can make them to switch to Victoria cookware?
So by Victoria, we really put passion and innovation into our products, and we hope that the Indian market will be open to test our brands. And it's something that we make with the heart, and we want to bring to the consumers the best experience possible.
That is great. Thank you, Manuel.